Hello everyone! Today we are meeting Kasia, who is a real Slavic beauty. I'll do her day makeup using Larens Colour Cosmetics. It will be a glowy makeup which accentuates the eyes. Instead of an eyeliner, I will use a wet eyeshadow. So it will be a softer version of the extended wing liner with a cat eye effect. We'll definitely emphasize the cheekbones with a bronzer and use plenty of highlighter, because who doesn't love highlighter? Let's start with skincare. First, I'll use micellar lotion. I've cleaned the skin. Now I'll use biopeptide serum spray. Please close your eyes. It will beautifully refresh and moisturize the face. I will also use lifting face cream, which will make the skin slightly tighter. The condition of her skin is beautiful. I want to do a glowy makeup, so I choose an illumination foundation, and in my option, it's the perfect shade for Kasia. To apply the foundation, I'll use a sponge and some peptide serum. I apply the foundation and spread it using the sponge. The foundation has a very light texture and is easy to apply. The next product I'll use is an illuminating concealer. Remember that a concealer needs to be at least one tone lighter than the foundation. I'll highlight the area under your eyes, the middle part of the face. Remember to avoid panda eyes, which means that you can't apply the product solely under the eyes. I use it to make a triangle and highlight the whole area under the eye. Kasia, I'd like to tell you that these products, this concealer, has a very soothing effect on the area under your eyes. These foundations and concealers contain about 90% of natural ingredients. So, not only can we do a beautiful makeup and get an even skin tone, but we also get highest quality skincare. In the next stage, I'll use this powder brush and powder 02 to make skin look a little bit more matte. This product should be tapped gently, and remember not to go overboard with the amount you use, because we want this makeup to look glowy. Now I'll move on to the next stage and deal with the eyes. I'd like to show you a trick used by makeup professionals. I'll use the highlighter as a base for my eyeshadow. I'll go for highlighter 02, which is a slightly pink and cold shade. The next stage are eyeshadows. I'll start to extend the shape of the eye. I'll use a pink shade. In the outer corner of the eye, I start blending the eyeshadow, spreading it upwards. Now I'm gradually building up the lid.
Cieniem i to jest numer 04.
Close the eye. In the inner corner, I make it darker, using a different eyeshadow, this time number 4. Kasia, can you please open your eyes? Now I apply eyeshadow 05. It is a very saturated brown color. That's enough. Now I'll deal with the lower lid. You need to be careful if the eye is sensitive. Kasia has this hypersensitivity. Now I'll do the brows using a fine and angled brush and eyebrow shadow 01, which is perfect for blondes. There's also a darker shade, 02, but I'll use it as my eyeliner, whereas shade 01 will be used for the brows. Kasia's brows have a beautiful shape, but I'll gently emphasize their contours using this product. I'll extend the brow a little bit to make it about 2 mm longer. In this way, you can check how much you can extend the brow to make it beautiful and symmetrical. I'll start on this side. Beautiful thick brows. With these eyeshadows, there's no fallout. Their application is amazing. Now I can move on to applying wet eyeshadow. I'll once again use the angled, fine and precise brush and wet it with the peptide serum. Just like that. I'll use brow shadow 02, which is here in my beautiful stand. I'll start with the outer corner of the eye. I'm moving inward, very close to the lash line. In a moment, I'll move on to the inner corner of the eye. Kasia, please keep your head straight and look at me without turning your head towards me. Great, it's a tip for how you can get to the inner part of the eye so that the line above the upper lash line runs from the beginning to the end of the eye. When you look the other way, this brush can be used to reach the very inner corner. Just like that. The next step is to connect the inner and outer corner, very close to the lash line. You can open your eye. That's great. Eye makeup is done. The eye is ready. So now I'll move on to the bronzer and I'll go for bronzer 01. To do that, I'll use another soft brush with gentle natural hair. It can be used to apply a bronzer, blush or highlighter. Smile a little bit. This line will go from the ear to the mouth. I'll emphasize it with one decisive motion. But I need to remember not to go too low. And remember about the ears. During the day we go through a lot of emotions and our ears often get red. They can be powdered, and you can also use a bronzer, so that the makeup is one coherent whole. For now, I'll leave the subtle bronzer layer, and then I'll work on it some more and apply some more of this product. The bronzer has accentuated the cheekbones beautifully. Kasia has a rather low forehead, so I won't apply a lot of the product here. I'll just add a little bit near her hairline. It's just to add the effect of a slightly tanned skin. I'll use the other side of the same brush to apply blush 02, which is a cold color. This blush is really pigmented, so when you apply it, be careful not to overdo it. I apply this product to the area that stands out the most when we smile, and I do it with a very quick upward motion. The idea is to create a 3D effect by combining the bronzer, blush and highlighter, which I'll use in a moment. Smile, please. Now I'll grab a clean brush to apply the highlighter. It will be a highlighter with a golden shade, because we want the skin to glow beautifully and work with light. I apply the product to the top of the cheekbones, but here I'll also apply the bronzer to the nose and the cupid's bow, which will accentuate the model's upper lip. I think the result will be spectacular. You can also use the bronzer above the brow ridge in the shape of the letter C. Remember to gently brush over this area where I have already applied the bronzer, and the result will be really beautiful. Bronzer, blush and highlighter. Now I'll use a clean brush to apply the highlighter to the nose. It's a blending brush, but it can be used to apply the highlighter as well. Lip balm has hydrated the lips beautifully when I was doing this makeup. It's almost done. Now I'll move on to the model's cleavage. I'll apply some foundation using the same sponge that I used previously, just to make the skin tone more even. It'll also highlight Kasia's collarbones and shoulders. I apply the highlighter to the collarbones and the neck. After all, we want a glow effect. I can honestly say that I'll let my model go home with a clear conscience, because the products that I used not only result in a beautiful makeup, as you can see. The skin is luminous, radiant and looks healthy. But I also know that these products contain almost 90% natural ingredients. This makeup is done. Working with Larens Colour Cosmetics was amazing. Both application and pigmentation are great. The colors are saturated. The products are economical to use, and there's no fallout. I know that Larens Colour is not just makeup, but most importantly, great skin care and hydration. It's simply more than just makeup. Kasia, do you like the result?
No, muszę powiedzieć,
I
że
must
jest
admit that it's great.
świetny. Dziękuję Ci
Thank you very
bardzo.
much.
Naprawdę.
The pleasure is mine.
Bardzo Państwu dziękuję.
Thank you very much for watching this tutorial, and I hope to meet you in the next makeup video featuring Larens Colour Products.
Filmiku makijażowego z użyciem produktów Larens Colour.